Good morning, students. Welcome to your computer class. In my last video, I had given some homeworks, especially to write two programs. The first program was to accept or to input 10 of your friends' name into an array and just to display. Here, I have written the program for you. Instead of 10, I have made it 5 friends' name because the time is very limited with us. So I have declared import java.util.string because I need to use the scanner class. Okay, array input scanner sc. Sc is the object of the scanner class. String name, this is the name of the array where I'm going to store 5 friends name or student's name equal to new string 5. That means I'm setting the length of this array is 5. That means I can store only 5 array elements and not more than that, and I have a method called display. Then for int I equal to 0, I should be less than 5. I plus plus, that means I want to continue the loop for 5 times, okay, in order to accept 5 names. The next one is system.out.println. Please enter the name. Here you are going to enter the name of your friends, okay, and whatever the name you will enter here, this object and the next line method will read it and will put it in the i's place. What is the value of I equal to 0, in zeros place. First name will be stored in zeros place. Then after that it will go for the iteration I plus plus. I becomes 1 and 1 is less than 5. Then it will come inside the body. Again it will display. Please enter the name. When it displays, you enter the second name, and when you enter the second name, it will be read with the help of next line method and will be stored in the i's place, that is in ones place. Like that, one after another, it will accept the names and will be putting inside the name array, okay. And this is simply I have written just to distinguish between the input as well as the output. The output is as follows, and this for loop is only for the printing or to display as the output. You can say accessing the data elements. Here this for loop is just to input to store the 5 names, and this for loop is to print those 5 names. What I have written, system.out.println name I means in zeros place. That means in zeros place, what name is there, whose name is there, that will be displayed first. Then I plus plus, I will be 1 is less than 5, and then again it will print the element, another element of this array. Like that, 5 names will be printed, okay. Let us see how it works. So compile it, then you will see no syntax error. Then you please close it, then right click and create an array. So array, okay. Then what happens, an object has been created. Then right click and void display. When you call, please enter the name. Here you have to enter the name, okay. So here what you are going to enter, the 5 students name. For example, I have entered Shrestha, the first name I have entered. Then press enter. The for loop is going on, so it is asking another student's name or friend's name. For example, it is Bhumika. Please enter. Then again please enter the name. Like this it will be asking. For example, my next name is Vanilla, for example. Then for example, the next name is Ipsita. Next name is Sarda. Then you can see the output is as follows, that is Shrestha, Bhumika, Vanilla, Ipsita, Sarda. Shrestha is in zeros place, and you can see the input is also in zeros place. Then ones place, twos place, threes place, fourth place. So this is one for loop's work, and this is another for loop's work. So this just I'll keep aside. I'll just keep it one side, and I'll open once again this program. You can see this program, okay. Here the first for loop, it is asking the names, okay, repeatedly, and it is storing. And the second for loop is what? It is printing those names, 5 names, okay. So if you want to see that output, you can see this is the output, right? So one more program was given to you. Do you remember that? So that program was input, create two arrays, and in one array 5 names or 10 names, and in another array to store their marks. So I have written that program also. Please see it. The same program I have just changed, made necessary changes here. I have created two objects of the scanner class. One is to read the name, another is to read the marks. String name equal to new string 5 students name, then marks 5. The same way, the first for loop is for just to input or to store the elements in an array. Here you can see system.println, please enter the name. Then the first name will be stored in i's place, I equal to 0. Like that, it will show you that name in the i's place in zero's place. Then marks, please enter the marks. Whose marks? Whose names you have name you have entered, his or her marks you are going to enter it here. Okay, so repeatedly it will be asking you 5 times to enter the 5 names and their respective marks. Then output the same way here for int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, system.out.println name I, that is in zero's place, and the marks in the zero's place. In that way, it will display all the students. For example, Sreshta's name is in the zero's place, then Sreshta's marks will be displayed. Then next place, suppose Bhumika's name is there, then the Bhumika's marks will be displayed. Like that, this will continue up to the fifth students. Okay, fifth student's name and the marks, and then it'll stop. And when the loop is terminated, you will get the output. Remember, the first for loop is only to input or to store the data inside the name array and marks array, and this is another for loop in order to display the name and their marks, right? So let us see this one, how it works. So compile it. You can see there's no syntax error, so close it. Then please see this array, this class, you have to open, create an object, click OK. Your object has been created. Right click, void display. When you call, it is asking please enter the name. For example, again I am entering the same name. Let Shrestha. Enter. Then please enter Shrestha's marks. For example, 90 marks. Enter. Please enter the name. Suppose Bhumika. Enter. Suppose if it is 95 marks. Enter. Then vanilla. Press enter. Then please enter vanilla's marks. So for example, it is 87. Enter. Please enter the name. Suppose it is Ipsita. Ipsita. Enter. Please enter Ipsita's mark. Suppose it is 76. Enter. Please enter the name. Suppose if it is Sarada. Enter. And Sarada's mark, for example, 80. Okay. Then as soon as you press enter, it will display the output. When you display, you can see the output is as follows: Shrestha 90, Bhumika 95, Vanilla 87, Ipsita 76, Sarada 80. So here you can see in the first for loop, it is asking name as well as the marks. So this name is stored in the name array and this mark is stored in the marks array. Okay. Once again, you go through this program, you can see here 5 times it is asking please enter the name. So I entered Srestha. So Srestha's name was read here and was stored here in zero's place. Then it is asking please enter Srestha's marks. Then the marks what was entered for Srestha, it was read here and was stored in the marks and array and i's place, that is initial value of I is 0 in zeros place. Then it will go for the iteration I plus plus, I becomes 1 is less than 5. Then it will come and it will display please enter the name. Then I will enter Bhumika. When I will enter Bhumika, it will be read here, and Bhumika will be stored in ones place. Then it will display please enter Bhumika's marks. Then whatever the marks I will enter here, it will be read here and will stored in the ones place. So here two array is there. In one array is for the storing the name, and another array is to store the respective marks. Okay, and this one array is to display both the name as well as the marks. Okay, I hope you have understood both the programs. Please go through the program and you try yourself. Here I have taken only 5 students. You can take 10 students name and their marks and just you print it. And if it is possible, and this program you can have make a modification. Okay, you can check here or add the total marks, add the marks, the whole marks what is being entered, you please add and you display it, or you display the average marks of the 5 students. Okay, thank you very much.